Welcome to the Sam Roberts Show Online. The number one question that I'm being asked on Twitter, on YouTube comments, on Facebook, on the radio, people are calling up the radio and saying, Sam, I need to get your opinion on this, is CM Punk. The day after the Royal Rumble, which is a Monday night is when WWE does their TV show, Monday Night Raw. CM Punk, one of the biggest stars in the company, apparently didn't like what was going on in the company, apparently has been dissatisfied with what's gone on there for quite some time, and walked off. And the story goes that he got on a plane and he went home to Chicago. He left the WWE at that point and has not been seen from or heard from since. Now, people, of course, since it's pro wrestling, are wondering if it's real or fake. It seems like it's a real thing that this guy left the company. I mean, never to be seen from again? I don't think so. But he left the company, at least right now, and has jumped on a plane and gone home. If he does eventually come back, they'll probably turn it into a storyline because it's pro wrestling. They'll probably make it so that, okay, well, you're going to come back and here's how we'll explain your absence. But the fact of the matter is that I believe that he's gone. He got fed up. He's been mad for a while, and he's gone. A lot of people are debating as to whether or not this was the right thing to do. Many people are saying that this is a bad example for kids. You know, it's a lot of kids watching pro wrestling. A lot of people say this is a bad example for kids. You shouldn't. He's a quitter. And what are these young people going to think? They're going to watch this guy, when he had to deal with adversity, just pack his bags and go home. They're saying this is a bad example for kids. Some people are saying, look, CM Punk is only under contract with the WWE until July. So suck it up, do what they ask you to do, and then at the end of your contract, you can go home. You know, people are talking about it like it's a team. You don't leave the team when they need you. People are going on and on. CM Punk is no doubt a millionaire. Okay? He's a giant famous wrestler. And giant famous wrestlers get paid a good amount of money to wrestle and to be giant and famous. That's what he's done. I believe that the reason that people are coming out of the woodworks and saying he shouldn't be leaving and saying this is a bad example for the children, won't somebody please think of the children, is because they're all wrestling fans and they just want to see him on their TVs. That's it. You can't just admit, I'm bummed out. I like watching that guy, so I wish he was on TV still. You have to come up with some cockamamie reason that he shouldn't be leaving. Well, no, it's not right that he's leaving. He's disappointing and blah, blah, blah. What? Well, he went on TV and said all he wanted was blah, 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 and he got that. Well, are you in the negotiation meetings? Look, I couldn't be more supportive of the fact that CM Punk walked out. You know why? Because every time you ask somebody who has a job what they would do if they won the lottery, none of them say, I'd go to work tomorrow. They all say they'd leave somewhere. They'd go on an island. They'd go get a yacht. They'd vacation forever. They'd do something else. Whatever they are doing now, they would do something different. CM Punk has made millions of dollars. You know why people say after winning the lottery that they wouldn't go back to their job? Because they're not financially dependent on it anymore. If you're at your job, and let's get the wrestling out of the equation. Forget about wrestling. Forget about athletics of any kind. Forget about performance. Forget about anything. Forget about being a role model. Forget about any of it. If you're at your job and you have enough money to support yourself and you are unhappy at your job, why stay? Why stay doing something that doesn't make you happy if you're not financially dependent on it? The whole reason that people work their balls off and do stuff that they don't like doing in order to make money is so one day they don't have to keep doing that. Now, if you reach the finish line way before you're supposed to, that's the whole point of retirement. The reason that people retire when they're 70 is because it takes them that long to make enough money to retire. If you made enough money to retire when you were 40, you'd retire at 40 for the most part, especially if you don't like your job. If you're unhappy with where you work, why would you keep working there? Well, because I got to put food on the table. Okay, well, what if that's taken care of? Well, I wouldn't work there anymore. That's it. No matter what your job is, there are times when your bosses tell you to do things that you don't want to do. Can you imagine having enough money that you were just like, well, I'm not going to do those things anymore. All those things that you tell me to do that I don't want to do, I'm just not going to do them. Because I don't have to. Because I don't need the paycheck. Of course it's okay that CM Punk walked out of WWE. He wasn't happy there. He was sick of it, so he went home. You're allowed to. It's America. I mean, I don't think people who are in professions where they have fans you have some loyalty to your fans, all right? If you are a professional athlete or a professional entertainer, you do have some thing that you owe your fans. You owe your fans something because they brought you to the dance, because they've supported you, and without them, you wouldn't be where you are. But that has a limit. Like, if you're not happy doing what you're doing, you don't just keep doing it because people want you to. You don't just keep doing it because people will cheer if you do that. You're not happy doing it. So then you stop. Now, if you go through this whole thing and you realize that you weren't all that unhappy and that you blew it and you made a huge mistake and you want to come back, then it's up to the employer. I have no problem with the employer turning around and saying you can't come back. You're not welcome back here. You blew it already. You decided that you didn't want any part of this. So, we've moved on without you. That's up to them. People forget that just because you see these guys wearing tiny little spandex on TV doesn't mean they're not just people with jobs. And some of them are miserable at their jobs. And some of them have made enough money that they don't have to do those jobs anymore. So if they don't have to do the job, why do it?